Staying with us, we're still discussing the APC convention that started yesterday and is still ongoing right now at Eagle Square in Abuja. And we're discussing what we saw, what we heard, and our thoughts on it. And if you observed yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, Governor Yahaya Bello snubbed the chairman of the APC National Working Committee. He greeted Chief Bisi Akonde. He greeted Odige, the other, I think, the deputy chairman, Oyegun. Yes, Odige Oyegun. And then he snubbed Adamu and walked right past him. Of course, cameras picked it up. I don't know what happened, why he snubbed him, but that was an interesting. Of course, we know why he snubbed him. But you know, so what else did you see that was interesting?
No. Still on this one.
On this, yeah.
But you know, I'm not surprised by the snubbing reaction because this is the same governor. When he doesn't like something, he cannot hide it. Like there's that level of he expresses himself, not arrogance. I didn't want to use what I want to use, which would have said the level of emotional intelligence. I'll make you say I don't like it, but I'll still, or sportsmanship, that I don't like what you did, but I'm still going to come to the meeting. I don't like what your meeting is about, but I'll attend the meeting. He's the one that did not attend the meeting, you know, because he knew what the meeting was going to be about. He chose not to attend the meeting. Some see it, some are able to see it as it's an amazing thing. They feel like, I like this man. What he wants, he wants. What he does not want, he does not want. He does not know how to be doing. He's not being diplomatic. I don't like what I hate. He will just give it to you. But other people will be like, this is politics. You're dealing with a country with such diversity. You should be able to see something you hate, stay close enough to change it, because you know if you are fine, you're not going to change it. Or some will say, okay, you might not like it. We agree to disagree. We must play politics and move on. But that was a
Let me take a day
vintage.
Let's take a day from London. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Ade. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes. I want us to look at this issue of contesting in a different way. I don't want people to blame here or Snubbing. We shouldn't blame or Snubbing because Tinubu is more than qualified. But health-wise, governing Nigeria is not a key party. It's different from Lagos. It is the whole country. The pressure is too much. And we all know that the Tinubu said is not that calm. We don't want a situation like Yahaya and Jonathan. And Yoruba will start change. That's why we start changing. We cannot be comparing America. In America, there's nothing like South-South, South-East, North-East, nothing like that. They are all Americans. So Nigeria is a different place entirely. So I support Snubbing to be there because it's very, very important. Because it's not easy to govern Nigeria. So please, people should not be blaming Snubbing. I don't know about Tinubu, but XY. It's not a joke. So that's it. But God will bless Nigeria for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. The America we're referring to was back in America in the 1913s. These are olden days, so things were not as organized as it was, as it is now.
We'll get there.
Going back to the happenings, let's move stay on Professor Yemi Osinbajo for a while, because after his speech, or even while he was trying to make the speech, all the noise, they're trying to calm them down. And after his speech, he came back, and even at the box, he got a standing ovation. You know, people hugged him. The president, who was very, very mute, also stood up to shake him. You know, so I mean, I think he also really enjoyed a bit of attention yesterday. Don't you think?
Yeah. So for me, while everybody was giving their speech, I was constantly looking at the president. I wanted to be able to read him.
Poker face.
Yeah, but the expression was so blank and bland. I couldn't. You know, there's a way you hear somebody and you say, this is my son in whom I am well pleased. And that smirk or that smile would just, but nothing. He was just all, and I'm like, now, wow, this man's strong. I don't envy your wife because it will be difficult to get something out of you. You don't even show any form of softness. But I like the fact that the president, the vice president was, you know, giving that standing ovation. His speech was really good, and you could see that this is somebody who understood what it took to do the job. And he said something. He said, the way Nigeria is going, it's not a time for somebody to come and learn on the job. It's a time to, once you get in, you are working, you're moving, because you've already highlighted what needs to be done, and then you get all the necessary help you need to do the job. So he spoke to me like somebody who has an idea, somebody who would deliver if given that opportunity. And I'm looking for, see me, I like the glitz and the glam. Let's not, Nigeria is a what's-up country. Nigeria is a country, a what's-up. Like, a what's-up. We know what, no, you go to other African countries and they can spot you that you're a Nigerian. The way you talk, the way you dress, your confidence. And then when it comes to our leadership, I feel like they're not doing justice. Yes. So let's, aside, we will do the work. The work will be done. We will identify people who will work hand in hand, but let's also focus on this sort of image, I said this earlier, that we want the country to have.
Yeah, did you observe that our president is healthier than when he started office?
So
all those are saying that somebody's not feeling well. I'm just telling you, our president looks healthier than that is when he came in.
But we can attribute that, oh, please let me not say what I want to say, but I'm going to say it. Because we must attribute that
to the
treatment
abroad,
and
the cost of that treatment that was sustained definitely
by the Nigerian pockets.
Nigerian pockets.
We have said everything.
And I wish he could experience his health was revived like that within the shores of Nigeria. 7 years ago, can look the now with quality healthcare within our shores. The issues are plenty, my people.
Okay, let me take our news correspondent. Is the Deputy Bureau Chief, TVC. Good morning, Femi Akande. Are you there? I know you're live. Good morning. I'm sure you haven't slept. I saw you all night yesterday covering the convention.
Yes, it's been a long life, a long way to know who emerges the presidential flag bearer of the All Progressive Congress. But that process is ongoing. In a couple of hours, we'll find out who the APC's presidential flag bearer will be.
What's the mood? I mean, are there still delegates on ground monitoring the counting, or is it just the officials that are there? What's the mood there? Who is available? Who's around there right now?
Well, there are a lot of delegates still around here. A lot of them are waiting. They want to witness that moment when a winner will be announced, because, it took them
weeks, months, a long time of politicking, engaging, consulting before they could get to this very moment where they all had to take that, make that big decision to elect somebody who will fly the flag of the party in the next presidential election. We also have party officials here, a few dignitaries. The president left last night. The vice president is also not here. The president of the Senate has also left. The state box is pretty much empty right now, but we expect them to return very soon, because everyone wants to be part of that big moment when the flag bearer of the APC will be announced, and the president is expected to present that winner to the party and then ask party members to throw their weight behind whoever emerges from this process, and ensure that the party goes into the general election big, strong, and indivisible. Morayo.
All right.
So I want to find out from you. We realized that there were hecklers and cheering, people that were heckling the speeches, some were cheering the speeches. What was the general mood pre the voting, and has it changed since the counting? What would you say?
Yes, that kind of mood is expected in a political atmosphere like this. That was how some of the delegates welcomed their preferred candidate. A lot of them cheered. And for some of them, once they see another aspirant, some of them booed and all of that. But at the end of the day, all of that added to the whole drama that made this whole process quite interesting. But now everywhere it's calm. The atmosphere is tension-soaked. Delegates are anxious as the returning officer count the ballots one after the other. Everyone here is now a mathematician putting numbers together. There are so many permutations, calculations, but you know, all of that would all solely depend on the eventual outcome of the the returning officer here. He has that sole responsibility to count the votes and announce who emerges as the party's flag bearer. And this process is also being monitored by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Their presence here gives credibility to the whole process and also validates the emergence of a presidential aspirant for the All Progressives Congress. We are also expecting that the whole atmosphere would change and become quite ecstatic when that time, when the winner is announced, when a winner emerges from this contest. We expect a lot of his supporters to burst into wild jubilations. But of course, we have seen security men around, and we believe that at that time they will still be able to manage the whole situation, manage the crowd, and ensure that all of this does not result into a breakdown of law and order.
We recall during the PDP convention that EFCC was on ground monitoring the money bags, following the money. Did you observe any officials of the EFCC around? Or did you see any cash being passed around during the APC convention?
Yes, we saw a contingent from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission also here at the Eagle Square venue of the special convention of the All Progressives Congress. They went round from stand to stand, just looking around to be sure that there is no monetary transaction. Money is not changing hands here at the venue of the National Convention. But you know, one thing is that President Muhammad Buhari also attended this event, so a level of decorum was maintained here. All of those financial transactions and inducements would have happened behind the scenes. Most of these lobbying and consultations happened in hotel rooms, conference halls, and all of that. But here at the Eagle Square, everyone was down to business of voting who their preferred choice would be.
All right, there you go for a question.
Yes, so I know that they are calling names now and people are doing their calculations, but in your observation, what body language are you seeing? How do you think it's tilting? Yes.
Well, it will be hard to say for now, but you know, yesterday we saw some aspirants step down for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We saw a very strong contender in the race. The chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, stepped down and endorsed the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We saw that also from Godswill Akpabio, the former minister of Niger Delta. We saw again an endorsement of Asiwaju's candidate from Ajayi Borofis, from Ibikunle Amosun, from even the only lady in the race, the only female presidential aspirant, also stepped down and supported the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But if it's going by that, some people would say that it might swing in favor of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But it's not for us to say. We will wait until the electoral officer finishes counting and then announces an eventual winner.
Now, I have to ask you this, because for those who don't have the opportunity to see the live videos yesterday, so they had the boxes out per state. Please confirm for me. So each delegate from the state knows the box of the state, and they go there and they drop in, and now they're counting per box per state. Is that what they're doing?
No, all of the votes were cast randomly. It wasn't the boxes were available, but the delegates cast their votes in any ballot box of their choice. Okay. Those ballot boxes were not designated per state. So it was just a random vote cast. And that is why we are seeing what is happening in the counting, where names of aspirants, different names of aspirants are coming out of different ballot boxes. So it's just a random process. That is why it is really hard to predict for now until that final moment. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
That's interesting. So you could have been paid, but you still got your conscience. Oh, fantastic. If you have a conscience. So that's interesting. It's good to know that regardless of the the horse trading that happened at the back, people will still, because the vice president said something.
That we've accepted the fact that some delegates have been paid.
The VP said it yesterday that, listen, this party is dependent on 2,322 people. That's a huge responsibility. Yeah. So you vote your conscience, vote wisely. And I'm so happy that it's at least is discreet enough for them to vote.
Amechi also said that collect the money and vote your conscience. So it's like because the money exchange hands.
It's a one-off, it's a given.
Even in the America.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kande, for telling us, sharing with us. Emi, are you still there? Thank you so much. I'll have to let you go at this moment.
Share.
So that's live feed from the Eagle Square in Abuja.
Yeah,
we're still waiting. I was going to ask you how many boxes have been counted. So, because we heard about 4 boxes, 5, but I don't know how many, because they're going to 40.
Yeah. We need to analyze how long we're going to keep watching this.
This is going to go. Why do they always choose night?
No, but I think people are working. So I think it makes sense for you to do it when people have closed from work. We cannot stop governance because we want to do primaries, elections. So
and also so that the universe can bless them.
Is universe blessing at night?
I don't know. But I think that right now, the party members and the delegates will be focused on who can bring the presidency home, as against who we really know may do the work.
So anything can still happen?
No. I'm just saying because politics is a game of numbers. So, now we know who the PDP is. We know how many numbers this guy can rally. Who can match him?
But Senator Borofes just said, no matter who we speak, the ruling party will put their weight. Yes. So it could be any Tom, Dick, whoever it is.
Yes, but they will also pick somebody that, even with our support, other people outside can support as well to bring that presidency home. So it's not about who can really do it.
Nigeria's really changed. We need electoral voting.
Yes.
Because
this assumption, many people just, especially on social media, everybody's assuming that it's a contest between PDP and APC. But then Twitter believes that LP.
LP.
People vote.
Twitter believes that LP is a viable option. Okay. There's still Kingsley Moghalu with ADP, and there are many options. The truth is, we mustn't close our eyes to. Nigerians must look through what we have and listen to the people campaigning and what they are saying, and choose based on what they feel will work. Absolutely. We shouldn't leave the 2020 election to the political machinery that is already on ground, because the political machinery is not the only one feeling the economic challenges that we're facing. It's happening to everybody, so everybody must be involved in getting your PVC, ensuring that you
know something that happened recently. My husband has 4 friends, right? And all 4 are running for office. 3 of them have come to interviews, major stations, all the major TV news stations. If you're there, you watch it like, Morayo, my friend, oh my goodness, he speaks so well. You know, social media, he posts his campaign, what he's doing, and he's so impressed. All 3 lost though. They won where not even one post.
I said it.
Not go to one television station. They don't speak any English. He got his tickets. They won. That they don't do anything. That he got. So sometimes these are English that we're speaking.
Yeah, it doesn't take anywhere. The sons of Issachar understood the times and the season. I just gave you my analogy in school, how I felt I could fly in the sky and come and win a position. But people who understood how the work is done, how to follow through, how to use people, how to lobby. They were having meetings back to back to back. They were talking to people that needed to be talked. They will kneel down to people that need to be knelt to. They will parcel to people that need the envelope. They will do whatever it takes to get that buy-in.
On television.
Yeah, a returning senator told me he did not do any media. He didn't even have a signboard. So I was like, then you don't have any signboard. He said, you don't need to have a signboard until you have emerged the candidate. So why would he be doing signboard until that?
When he has not spoken to the right people.
That's the people that will vote. He was not listing all the things he has done. He said, this local government, I did their road. I gave this one water. I built the market. I'm giving old people, all of them have been collecting salary for the past 3 years.
Imagine.
Every month. He said, they are the ones that are in charge. And so when you know you have fixed the right people, then you feel you are assured of
Let me take this call from Macaulay. Macaulay, are you there from London? You're live. Good morning, Macaulay. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
What I just want to say is that most of our politicians from the Southwest do not understand the entity called Nigeria. Are you hear me?
Yes.
They do not understand the entity called Nigeria. The Hausa Fulani from the north have just played an advanced political game with the southwest and the southeast. For the fact that the governors have said this should be zoned to the south, and the Igbos are alienated because of whatever reasons, then southwest, we have about 7 presidential aspirants, 4 of them from Ogun State. That is not a sign that the southwest is speaking with one voice. Forget people withdraw and not the rest. This should have been done before now. Look at what happened during the PDP. The owners of Nigeria, they called Tambuwa and asked Tambuwa to step down. And when Tambuwa did that, that filtered the result towards Atiku.
Yeah.
Now, I said they played an advanced political game. The whole of the North are going to support Atiku, and APC are going to lose the election if Tinubu wins. That is what is going to happen. I'm not a prophet of doom, but from my analysis, I've been to the North. I've been everywhere to the North. So I know these people in and out. So if Tinubu wins, APC will lose the election, and the whole of the North will work with it.
According to your
permutation.
Thank you so much, Macaulay.
So people are doing...
There are lots of predictions.
Yeah. Predictions, calculations,
even there was a tweet that was going on that the member of the convention committee was saying yesterday that the person tweets that if you vote for Ashwaji, there'll be Muslim tickets, and that was false. So the person the tweet around took the delegates trying to stop them or dissuade them from voting. So there are different things going around. But listen, people will have their permutations and combinations. Yeah, it's fine. We'll see what happens when it happens.
In a few hours' time.
Oh, no.
Just continue watching TV.
We're going to be speaking with a member of the media subcommittee of the convention, Senator Ajibola Bashir, very soon. We're waiting to connect with him. He's also going to tell us the plans they had in place, if things worked out according to their own plans, and how they hope to make the official announcement, what's the game plan for the rest of this morning. So we're waiting to speak to him. But I'd like to... Okay, I'm told he's on... Good morning, Senator. Are you there? Hello, good morning, Senator. Senator Ajibola Bashir, are you there? Okay, we're having issues with the audio. All right, so let's take a few comments on social media. What are people saying?
Hey, do you think we should read that today?
No, we'll see the one that we can read.
Let's be looking for... Oluwaseun says, Emilio Kan and Egbewa politics ni. I love Niger. In our divisions and troubles, we'll still joke and laugh.
Somebody, Bugsy was saying, you need political machinery on ground to win. You need the spread to win. Another person is saying, man, the comments are not...
Bugsy said...
They're too partisan. It's not that the comments are bad. It's just too partisan. There are some for, some against, and it just isn't
healthy for TV. So, you know, my issue is not the machinery that is on ground, because machinery will always be on ground. My issue is the 20 million people that are yet to pick up their PVCs. I read this in the papers myself. The spokesperson for INEC was saying that, listen, we don't count ballots on the social media. We don't count ballots in your homes. You registered. You took the strength to go out and register. Now pick up a PVC. Even ordinary Lagos State alone, less than 10% out of 34,000 that have already registered. They see your PVC is ready. Only 3,000 have picked up. So if you're talking about political machinery, you are the machinery. Nigerians are refusing to come forward to come pick up their PVCs. So we are the problems. So we can talk about machinery that is on ground, but the truth is that you have the capacity to change and upturn the current machinery if you come out and vote. Because we're saying APC, PDP, but there's a third party, there's a fourth party. LP is there, Peter Obi is there, telling I am here, I'm available. Mogalu is there, saying I'm available. These are options. At least we have 4 or 5 options for Nigerians to vote this time around.
I think the masses should understand the powers that they have. We are actually in the majority if we are ready to put in the work. You know, we're so used to being pampered and everybody sits in their nice offices, their nice phones. You don't want to be in the sun and all that. And we forget that what we have now is because we have allowed it. If we sit up, we register, we pick up our PVCs, we come out to vote. The masses alone, even with the machineries that are on ground, can sway because we have the numbers.
Yes.
So when we consider that and we come together, I think we'll be able to make a difference.
Let me take Senator Bashir. He's back. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Good. Good to have you. I know you're a member of the media subcommittee on the convention. So tell us the plans for the announcement. How do you plan to go about the next steps now that the counting is ongoing?
Yes,
after the counting, what happens?
As I'm speaking now, you can hear from the background where the 21 ballot boxes are being sorted out.
Okay. So after sorting, what happens?
At the moment is reached for aspirants, and you will also see that for possible objection to be raised, there is no unanimity. Such ballots have been cancelled. On the ground that the choice of a delegate is not clear, or when the ballot is not authenticated at the. We hope that in the couple of in the next hour or so, the will be sorted, and then election.
Okay, we're having a bit of connection. We can't hear him very well. Okay. All right, we're having troubles linking up with him. So
another comment, Derake says, voter education is very important, and that's a matter for the Electoral Commission.
Richard Chukwu, in agreement with you, says exactly the alternatives. Kingsley Mogalu is still there. So there are several alternatives from...
Let me say this thing that you cannot do.
No, not for TV, because...
Yes, it's just, there are people that just...
Plus yabbings.
Yabbing us, yabbing themselves. Everything we say, they are going to twist it. God is our help.
This season, now.
But I think it's all good. We should realize that this is not where the election is won. And every comment you drop on social media doesn't sway anything. You know, it can instigate, it can incite, but it will not determine what the president will be. What determines is your PVC and you going to vote.
Ability to vote. You know. I will try as much as
possible. On this table, we have brought in Yahaya Bello. On this table, we have brought in many people from PDP. We have never brought in anybody from Nashiwa just camp before. You know? So suddenly, because of this, within the last 24 hours, they now turn everything as if, we're trying to project. No, it's not. From the beginning of this campaign, we brought in more PDP aspirants and brought in so many other underdogs on this table to come and talk to us. Nobody remembered that, it's Nashiwa. Now, like 24 hours, and people are now suddenly trying to paint us in a different... It's okay.
Yeah, so Iderake says, INEC is making it easier for registration online to get the voters' registration card for those who do not have one. People need voters to be voting literate. I think that we need to discuss it more before the entire thing would close, even though they've closed online registration for those that are doing ID change of address and
what about capturing? Are you?
Okay, so take a picture on your phone. Everything can be done on your phone.
I'm told our guest is back on phone because we're having issues linking up with him directly. So, Senator Bashir, you were saying earlier about what happens after the sorting. We didn't hear you the last time. Please, could you just repeat that? Hello, sir. Senator Bashir, can you hear me? Hello, sir. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up very soon. Hello, sir. Are you there? Okay, well, we are having connection issues. We'd really like to know what the next steps are, how they plan to... I like the fact that they allowed every single aspirant to speak. You know, I thought that was really good. Although they give them 2 minutes, I mean, them is about 5 minutes. But some is 10 minutes. But I'm happy that we're able to hear each person. And they got their moment to express themselves. So it's now left to the conscience of the delegates. The voting is over now. They are sorting. After sorting, they begin to count. Yeah. After counting, we have an announcement, and then we take it from here.
The result.
It's going to be like a whole day thing. I don't think they'll be done in a few hours.
Yeah.
So there's something that might be on
very last-minute situation.
Okay, we're hoping that we can reconnect with him. If not, it would be nice to get some phone calls. Our phone lines are 081-270-53687, 09139-07694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. We'd like to take some tweets, not YouTube messages. Let's take your tweets.
So, Dark Horse feels that our delegates are corrupt and vicious. He said corrupt and vicious delegates are the most dangerous weapon used against the masses in Nigeria.
So let's define what delegates are. Who are the delegates?
Pick the delegates?
Because
he said they are willing to sacrifice everyone's life, including their people, for money. We should start holding them responsible because they are worse than the political Draculas we're trying to get rid of.
So what makes you a delegate? First of all, you belong to a political party. Yeah. Yes. So those of you that are speaking on Twitter, on YouTube, you belong to any political party. I'm here yabbing the female aspirant. I did not run. I mean, I can sit back here and can condemn what she said, that Akash, but me, I could have easily run too. So it's easy for us to condemn. It's easy for us to condemn and say, who are the delegates? Because that's really, I mean, as I said, the direction of APC is dependent on the vote of these 2,322
That's what the VP also said.
And it's important for us to know that they are competent, that who have clear minds, who know that they're voting for Nigeria, not for themselves. Yeah. So if that is the case, going forward, if we don't like the selection of these delegates, how do you and I become a delegate tomorrow?
And it reminds me of what Bankole Wellington had to do. Banky W tried doing politics from the outside. He went to a different party, the Nigerian Youth People's Party or something, party like that. But in this admission, he went into a PDP, and I watched his interview, and it was very inspiring. And he said, you cannot fight...
Morayo said that you cannot win a party from a fringe party. Yes. You cannot win an election from a fringe party.
So you need to get into the ring. So he became a PDP candidate, you know. And even when things did not go his way, he still went for the primaries, general, and then they came back and then
he's back into the
race. So
good morning, John.
Are you there? Get involved and stop complaining.
This morning.
Right.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is my first time, of course.
Welcome to the show.
You've taken it away from me. Nigeria, we love talking on social media, but they will go out to go and vote or for the activities to vote them out. But the problem there is that I don't know what we can do for these old people still be on board politics, and then the young ones are there talking on social media. Social media cannot do it for us. We should go and collect our PVC and then vote for the right candidate. Thank you, Morayo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
We're going to be wrapping up, and I think, as I said, this is an exciting moment because, yes, APC is about to pick their own flag bearer. We already have quite a number of flag bearers across other parties already. And the presidency doesn't come from this convention. The presidency comes from the elections coming up next year. So this is really not the elections. This is just one party's election towards their own flag bearer. So the real elections, the real party starts next year. And how does it start? With you getting your PVC. Now. When you get your PVC now, then we now go to the polls next year and we begin to vote based on our own conscience. So the delegates are picked. But tomorrow, if you don't like who the delegates pick, let us become delegates. How do you become a delegate? You belong to a political party. Once you belong to a political party, you can now you attend their meetings, their ward chair. I'm not sure how they pick this delegate. But gradually, you now become a representative of your local government and then become a delegate for a presidential candidate. So these are the things the educated class, the exposed class, the elites, the ones that want to feel that Nigeria belongs to them. Please, let's go down to the grassroots and get our PVC. Do the work. That's all we can take on the show. I guess by this time tomorrow, we'll know who the answer is, and then we can move on to other important matters in Nigeria. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.